definitely GURPS is a good system to have like a reference, especially if you want to like build later on down the line your own things, your own concepts, your own designs. So yeah, it's gonna have an importance. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Even after reading some of the bigger excerpts, it can probably at times, even with this light version, can feel a bit daunting and kind of feels like it adds a lot of things. But the base core elements of it are simple, easy to grasp, easy to understand. At the very least, of when it comes to like determining outcomes, determining roles, doing all that, it's a bit simplistic. It has elements of realism, it has elements of grittiness, definitely. And even as I mentioned before, this light version kind of shows what GURPS, the potential of GURPS, because it gave you like some rulings for elements of survival, some rulings for elements of combat with a ton of like tactical play into it, as well as like elements of roleplay, how certain mechanics, certain stats, depending on how you gain them, then also offer you a different roleplay experience with the NPCs based on how they react initially with you. And that's like another like fun thing, because both you as a game master, but even better alongside with your players, you can build the game that you want. Like you start from this foundation, maybe even from this foundation you decide some elements which to pick, which not to pick. Basically build the game that you want to play, and that has the depth that you are looking for. I'm not gonna say it's definitely perfect. Again, I'm a bit forgiving when it comes to starter sets or like start guides, because their whole shtick is to be as succinct as possible. So basically, to ease people in, to be a immediate, easy entryway within the game system. So that means that they have to summarize a lot of the elements they are detailing here. So I will give it its benefit of the doubt whenever it got a bit confusing, because I'm suspecting and I'm hoping that within the actual official set, in the basic sets, it's covered a bit more in detail. As I said, even with the light system, can build up quite an extensive campaign to run with it, because it's quite in depth. It has a lot of like. But if you are like okay to like ease yourself in, maybe like do a one shot or maybe like a mini campaign where like, okay, let's play as some sort of like grunts or some commoner type of mini adventure to kind of get ourselves the feeling of this setting, and based on that, let's see where this goes. Don't really have elements of fantasy, don't really have elements of sci-fi mentioned. They are like vaguely referenced, or in the sense that some of the rulings there can be applied to these types as well, but it doesn't give you like how exactly maybe the creators or the authors would interpret the use of magic, the use of like certain sci-fi equipment, or who knows what else. But definitely worth trying, definitely, like especially for those who are very into building their own system, into building their own games, and something that even I am looking forward to kind of